Welcome to Tiny Pep Talks for Step Parents. Today is my last pep talk. Not to sound dramatic, but it's basically the end of a whole friggin' era. Anyway, here's some final step parenting thoughts to take with you before we part ways. Nearly every Sunday for the last 8 years, I've sat down to write this weekly pep talk. The idea of no longer doing that seems unthinkable, and yet here we are. It is surreal to say goodbye after all this time. I do not have words to describe how creating this platform has changed my life, changed me from the inside out. I know that sounds melodramatic, but it's also very true. And still doesn't even begin to encompass what this work has meant to me. While I remain unthrilled at how uphill both ways in a blizzard our own process of blending was, I'm relieved that all the bullshit we went through wasn't for nothing. It's been both therapeutic and satisfying to take all that stupidity and awfulness and turn it into a lighthouse that has helped guide other struggling step parents and step families through your own dark and stormy nights. I am so thankful for every single person who's been part of our journey. I am humbled and honored and grateful for each one of you. Truly. Okay. Enough mushy stuff. On to the pep talk part of this pep talk. When I sat down and really thought about what's the most important reminder I want to leave you all with, I decided every word I've spoken or written pretty much boils down to this. Step parenting is hard. Really, really hard. And struggling in this role does not make you a bad step parent or a bad person. I've said it a million times, and I still don't think I could say it enough. So if you take nothing else away from our time together, I hope you scribble that on a Post-it note somewhere. And here's something else I believe. I don't know if you're able to hear it at this stage of your life. I don't think I would have been able to hear it in my first decade as a stepmom when everything felt both frustrating and futile. But since this is our last conversation together, I'm gonna say it anyway, and you can take it or leave it. If you are dating someone with kids, if you are a step parent, I believe you are being called. You are being called to a deep transformation of yourself, of the way you view love and commitment, and what it means to show up for each other. You are being called to change your deepest seated views on humanity's deepest rooted structure, the family. You may choose not to answer that call, and that is your prerogative. But consider this too. There is a reason you and your partner and the kids have all been brought together. You have an opportunity to become the catalyst for change in each other's lives. And in doing so, letting those changes break you down and build you back up into something new. All of you. If we believed that and trusted in the unseen path more, how different could step parenting be? What if we practiced letting go instead of eternally white knuckling? What if we worked as hard at acceptance as we did on controlling? What if we loved and encouraged ourselves more than we beat ourselves up? What if we expanded in response to the pressures of step parenting, became our best and bravest selves instead of shrinking ourselves into fearful boxes? If we truly believed we were bringing much needed gifts to the lives of our partners and our stepkids, even despite all evidence to the contrary, how would that change the way we show up for our step families? I remember when I was pregnant, learning about how women manage labor pain without pain medication. They used the phrase going under the pain, working with each contraction to move the birth forward. I was so enamored with the mysticism of that concept. Although when I was actually in labor, I definitely chose the drugs. But I wish I could have figured out how to go under the pain of step parenting. I was too busy fighting it every step of the way, fixating on the pain, resenting it, wishing it didn't exist. It's only in hindsight that I look back and see how much harder I made things on myself by doubling down on my narrow definition of family and parenting and step-parenting. I wish I'd dropped my preconceptions instead and opened myself up to the untrodden way, opened myself to curiosity and playfulness and trusting the process. Given who I was back then, though, I'm not sure I could have, to be totally honest. It's hard to feel playful or curious or philosophical about the bigger picture when you're trapped in survival mode. So if all of this sounded like inaccessible word salad, I totally get it. As always, keep what resonates and ignore the rest. Maybe bookmark this and revisit it every now and again to see if anything rings more true at some other point down the road. I do appreciate you listening to me in the meantime, though. This time and every other time, too. Please know that I am sending you all so much love every single day. I almost got through this without crying. This is the last sentence. Okay, here we go. Please know I am sending you all so much love every single day as you continue fighting the good fight. If you're listening to this by podcast, thanks for joining us. This was our last episode, but there is a link to the full transcript over on Substack for this episode and all our other episodes, along with a ton of other resources. I hope you find the help that you need. Thanks for being here.